And we're live. What's going on, everybody? We're back here for another series from our first round from the Whole Lot of Agents Natdix OU Ladder Tour. This series is featuring WLA Panacotta versus WLA Oculars. Panacotta is not Panu Ricotta, but we do got Panu Ricotta in the call, co-commentating with me. Panu, tell the viewers what's poppin', bro.
I do not appreciate my identity being stolen, but we ball. What's up, guys?
Yo, appreciate that, Panu. Thanks for joining me for this commentary. And we got a special
No worries.
guest number 3 commentating. We can't reveal his identity, unfortunately, because this is a man that is extremely secretive and he wants to keep his identity under the wraps. But just tell the viewers what's popping, bro.
Yo, I'm out here packing people up low-key on the ladder. Never see me coming. Always on outs. They have
Absolutely.
no idea who it is, but I always have fire.
God. So it's me, 2020 Idea Boomer. I got my homie Whole Lotta Panu Ricotta out here with me, and we got a special third guest. And we're here, as I mentioned, commentating the series WLA Panacotta, which is actually Agency X Dababy, aka Ndou, aka the second best MONS player of all time. That's right, Molly Miltos is still the GOAT. And WLA Oculars, you know, everybody knows Oculars. Oculars in his basement Santa, or what the fuck does he call his GRIMMSNARLs? He calls them Smogon auth or some shit like that. Panu, don't take offense to that, bro.
It's fine.
But yeah, bro, we got a series here that we're gonna commentate. So without further ado, we're gonna get underway. And looking at this first replay, what are your thoughts on the team, guys? I feel like I'm right off the bat, Oculars is just gonna go crazy. I could tell with this. That's
Yeah,
probably
really
some
like
weakness
Oculars
policy,
teams.
Kirim or some shit. Yeah, Panu, go for it, bro.
Yeah,
Ox packing.
So we ignore the GRIMMSNARL, because I guarantee you, each of these games is gonna have at least one GRIMMSNARL. Other than that, I think that Jirachi is pretty cool. It looks like it's Stealth Rocks, or like Weakness Policy Cosmic Power. I don't know. Kiram and Alt are very like low-key but heat picks. I can imagine like some sub-DD shit from both of them, and I think that's gonna they can really take over games quickly. Then Azumarill and Volcarona are pretty more like they're more standard mons, but they're still like threatening. So overall, this is a pretty threatening team from Oculars. I like it. It looks like a menace. I hope there's Stealth Rocks onto Jirachi. If we look at Agency Dababy's team, I don't think I'm not very fond of it. It looks like a fine team. However, this is more like a metagaming thing. For example, if I was playing Oculars, you know he's going to bring hyper offense, like,
Facts.
because that's what you prep for. Like, you shouldn't bring fucking Terraki on the Nido King bullshit. Like, you should bring Mlop and like crazy as fuck score first. So I can't say that I'm a huge fan of his team in this particular matchup, but maybe he can pull it through. I don't know. Anything's doable. Just kind of like iffy on the prep from his side. Excited to see the game, bro.
Yeah, and our special third guest, bro. What do you think about the teams that we got loaded up this game?
Yeah, I think both fairly solid teams. I think Oculars is going to struggle with the Mega Venusaur there. He doesn't really have anything that can hit it strongly, apart from maybe the Jirachi.
It could also be Psychic Volk, to be honest. But yeah, Venusaur pretty much falls. I think it can get overwhelmed though.
Exactly. Yeah, and you know, Agency X Dababy, #1 fraudster on the ladder, stealing everybody's texts. Next time you use my Mega Venusaur, bro, give me a shout out, bro. But you know,
Drakion could be scarfed.
Oh yeah, for real. It could probably be Z too. I think that his Tarak is probably Rockium Z. Otherwise, he might be Z Dragonite. I wouldn't put it past him, bro. Baby always bringing some crazy teams, but he loaded up that BOOF pack. So shout out to Baby for loading that. But let's get this recorded underway. Let's watch this first battle. I got the music off and everything, so let's go. So Baby ends up leading Nidoking. Oculars.
Nidoqueef?
Nidoqueef, bro. Oculars, you're muted for 7. First of all, GOAT nickname for the GRIMMSNARL, bro. That's what the Smogon mods all be up. Not Smogon, the Showdown mods always be up to muting me, bro. But you know, Oculars is gonna get his screens up. I think Nidoking is just gonna go for yeah, because it could be his rocker. It could be his it could just sludge wave. So I don't know if Ock is gonna go for taunt first or if he's gonna go for screens first, but I think screens is probably the play.
Yeah, I think light
Uh,
screen and sludge wave are the moves here respectively. But I don't know.
Exactly.
Sludge Wave would 100% kill if he didn't go for light screen.
Yeah, no
there.
doubt. I
Oh
think
yeah, that's
Oculars.
true.
I think Oculars runs things. FizzDef Grimmsnarl. I'm not sure. I know Mamu, one of my guys. He runs FizzDef Grimmsnarl.
Well,
I don't
that's
know if it's the
Mamu.
case though.
You can't
He
trust
has
that
to make.
dude.
Yeah, he has to make the decision between letting rocks go up or getting his screen up. But I think the screen is more important. When you're
Yeah,
packing an HO team, you kind of have to ignore the hazards and just get your shit up ASAP and then just start setting up. You know.
Yeah, I know. Rocks look pretty threatening for Oculars teams if you look at it. There's a potentially
Yeah.
non-boots Volcarona. There's a Kyurem, there's a Malt that is not... that's currently flying type, so it takes like a quarter of its health on switch on. So I don't know, getting rocks up is not very ideal, but at the same time I don't believe that you can risk like the sludge wave killing you.
Exactly.
I do also think that if Oculars gets light screen up, he can then proceed to use his Chris Bacon, Agency's Nidoking as setup fodder for his Volcarona or Kyurem, or maybe even Jirachi, I don't know. So I don't know. It's definitely interesting leads.
That's a good point. And our special guest, bro, what you think?
Yeah, I think this Nidoking off lead could probably be Sash or something like that. So Oculars might go for a Kyurem on the response or try and flinch with the Jirachi, potentially.
That makes sense. Alright, let's see how they end up leading. Alright, so he got up the light screen and that was a good sludge wave. So that makes sense. So if anything, this play worked out really good for Oculars. Baby still got important chip. If anything, Oculars is probably going to switch out his GRIMMSNARL. He could sack it here, get up the Suicide Reflect.
But that
What do
means
you
that
think?
this does give Agency a potential opportunity to set up rocks.
Yeah,
I
that's true.
Which so like it kind of becomes a mind game, right? Do I taunt? Do I switch out? I think that in this situation, if you're Agency, you kind of just have to go for the safe sludge wave, because there's a potential that if you click stealth rocks, nothing happens on the turn.
Yep.
Meanwhile, sludge wave almost guarantees that you make some sort of progress.
Definitely, yeah. And what you think, bro? Special guest number 2.
No, I don't think Agency the Baby wants to go for Sludge Wave. I think Stealth Rock would be better here, because you don't want to make progress too fast. You want to stall out maybe a turn of the screens, give yourself
That's a fair
some more
point.
time.
Very
back
fair
end.
point as well. Good perspective. Let's see what they end up doing next turn. Gets up there.
Reflect
Oh,
on
that's
my
crazy.
God, stop.
Set up the sub.
Suddenly, this
I mean-
Nidoking becomes a bit more of a threat. Like,
Yeah.
what deals with this behind sub? Icicle Spear Kyurem, that still has to take, like, damage switching in. And we're assuming that this is not Roost, because who the fuck runs Roost on screens? Pussy behavior.
Yeah. Wow, I think Baby definitely baited that first play. He was just like, alright, I'll get the Sludge Wave off, and he's Oculars is gonna prioritize getting the screens up, so I'll set up sub on the second play.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty crazy. That was a pretty crazy game.
That's a
by-
heat play.
by
Heat
Baby.
play.
Yeah, that's heat. That's heat. Cause
He definitely planned for that.
yeah, what is Ock supposed to do here? He's probably Spirit Break. I doubt that he's foul play, but either way, like, well, okay. From Oculus' perspective, this is good. He gets to keep his GRIMMSNARL. Obviously, it's awful having Nidoking behind a sub, but at the same time, you do have your screens up.
Yeah, like, what is Nidoking gonna do when, like, screens are up? You have to remember that Nidoking is, like, relatively weak. This is not a Choice Spec Lele. This is not a fucking Choice Spec Kartana. It's a Nidoking.
Yeah. Exactly. The problem is though is that Nidoking will still have, yeah, obviously the screens are up. At the same time, the sweepers that Oculus does have, all of them are actually fairly bulky, even without investment, aside from maybe Volcarona. But either way, I don't know, like, if it was like a max special attack Volcarona, like maybe Bug Buzz could do some work even with Nidoking behind a sub. I don't really know what the play is here. All I know is Oculars' GRIMMSNARL lived to see another day, so let's see what happens the next turn. Okay,
Just sacked.
Oculars sacked.
Hey, Prankster didn't proc, so I wonder if he went for Spirit Break.
Definitely. He definitely went to attack to maybe break. But I don't know if that was the play there.
I don't
He
like
could have
play.
saved this. Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
like
like
the play at all.
there was a free as fuck
Might not have been play.
Volcarona or Jirachi or Kyurem switch in here. I don't think that was a good
Yeah.
play at all.
Yeah,
Like you're stacking your
exactly.
screens for basically no reason when they are very like crucial to winning this matchup. So notably, I assume this is Thunderwave last. Maybe it might not be, but if it's Thunderwave, or like even if it's not Thunderwave, but like if Agency manages to set up Terrakion or Dragonite, then a Clutch Reflect or a Clutch Thunderwave might be able to like totally change the tide of the battle. So I don't know about I don't know about the GRIMMSNARL sack, honestly. I mean, I guess it's whatever.
How about you, special guest? What you think, bro? What do you think
Yeah,
the
I
thought
don't think
process
the
might have been here?
GRIMMSNARL sack was the right play for this occasion. I think it should have gone probably into either Jirachi or Volcarona, because looking at Nidoking, if it's a sub, it probably doesn't have anything that can deal heavy damage to Volcarona.
Yeah.
Although Oculars might be thinking they need the Volcarona to win against potentially the Corv in the end.
That could make sense. I think one thing that Oculus could do, at least what I'm thinking, is from this perspective, okay, maybe sack the GRIMMSNARL, and he thought that he had. Okay, look at it like this. I'm like 1000% sure that Kyurem is DD, Icicle Spear, Freeze Dry, Focus Blast with Weakness Policy. Knowing that to be his Kyurem set, he could literally just go for game right here, is what I'm thinking. Because there's nothing on Baby's team that walls that particular Kyurem set. But obviously for that to sweep, he needs to get the Weakness Policy activated. But like I don't think that that's gonna happen without. What's the only mon that's hitting Kyurem super effectively on Baby's team? It's literally just Terrakion. But
it could be body press Corv too. I don't think so. But if you look at this team is like, it's good against everything that body press Corv hits. And with double poison, you don't need Iron Head for Clefable. So like, honestly, this is probably, this is Brave Bird U-turn Corv 100%.
Yeah, so like I mean, from this perspective, I can understand it if he immediately wants to go for game with Kyurem, but at the same time, I feel like we could have saved GRIMMSNARL for later, at least from Oculars' perspective. But let's see how the rest pans out. So he goes.
Like a bad pack.
Shout out to Freeze Corleone, bro. That's the
Freeze
OG
Corleone. Oh, that's the GOAT.
That's my Twitter too. Follow me at Freeze Corleone on Twitter. But anyways, all right, let's see what he ends up doing with the Kyurem. Okay, so he gets a Sludge Wave off. That's cool. Yup, and I figured this is definitely that DD Weakness Policy Kyurem. But I'm surprised that still did 32% behind the screens.
You have to. It's probably modest Nidoking.
Yeah, and it might even be if it's Dragon Dance and it's Freeze Dry, then it might be negative Spadef nature. I don't know. It might be negative defense. Maybe it's minus Spadef. I'm not sure, but either way, like I thought that 32 was a lot.
I just did the calc, and if this is a, I assume this is Sierra Bulk Kyurem behind the light screen. Nidoking has to be modest to do that range of damage, and if you run naive, even if it's like naive Kyurem minus Spadef, that does potentially make it. That does guarantee that it's timid Nidoking. So in this interaction, I think both players kind of know the opposing set a bit, because Agency knows his Nidoking nature, so he can calc to figure out what a Kyurem is. Oculars knows his Kyurem, so he can calc and figure out what his Nidoking is. So, I don't know.
I mean, if I'm Oculars, I'm DDing here as much as possible. You know, there's nothing on Baby's team that threatens the Kyurem behind screens, and then once it gets up to like maybe +3, I mean, what's taking Icicle Spear other than Slowbro? And then what's Slowbro doing to Kyurem in return, right? Like, Kyurem's just gonna get off 2 freeze drives and that's it, like Slowbro's done. So, I mean, I think this is a great position for Oculars to be in. Even like, considering the fact that he sacked his GRIMMSNARL, but like Kyurem just, absolutely annihilates Baby's team. So I'm interested to see what pans out. But our special guest, bro, like, what do you think?
Yeah, that mixed Serum definitely goes ham in this matchup. Looking at the team, freeze dry for the slow, bro. Mega Venusaur might be able to take a hit or two, considering it will.
I don't think it's gonna be able to break a potential sub through light screen.
Yeah, if this Kyurem can get.
Oh no, no way! This is sub. I don't think this is sub DD Kyurem. No one Oculars, bro. No one Oculars.
I don't think that guy has looked at the move substitute in his entire life.
In his entire life, exactly. It's just taunt, light screen, reflect, and then set up moves, bro. But let's see what happens. Oh, he just immediately goes for the Icicle Spear. That's fair. Okay, so Nido King is gone. Okay, and Baby sends out the Corviknight. Why is it called Cocknight, bro? Baby, man.
Down terrific.
Nidoqueef, okay, so what I'm thinking here, why Baby sent out the Corviknight is, as Panda was saying earlier, this is absolutely bulk up or iron defense. But the thing is
I don't know.
That only addresses the immediate threat in front of him. You know, there's no point in setting that shit up when there's a whole Volcarona sitting in the back, you know. But either way, it is the immediate way of checking the Kyurem at this point in time, right?
Yeah, hold up, let me do something real quick.
You running a calc?
Yeah, always calc.
Alright, special guest, while Pandu calcs, what do you think is the move here?
I think this Corviknight, if it came out to try and 1v1 a Kyurem, considering it could be Roost, it has to be either bulk up, sub, and try and like PP style it out a bit.
You can never PP style Icicle Spear.
Could be iron defense with body press.
I think
that would do a good chunk.
If I was Oculars here, I would spam freeze dry and go for the freeze. I would really do that shit because he's forced to either bulk up or iron defense and then like kind of get trapped with that shit. I don't know. I would go for like the freeze hacks here because I wouldn't care if Corv got to like +6 because you have a Volcarona in the back, right? So Corv isn't really an issue, and if Volcarona sets up, like look at what Volcarona has to deal with. I mean, otherwise it's just like what are the main threats on Baby's team that could deal with Volcarona? It's pretty much just Dragonite, depending on the Volcarona set.
Terrakion.
It
beats non-psychic.
Yeah, non-psychic or Giga Drain, it depends. Like I think if it's like, and I'm pretty sure Oculars is packing a modest Volcarona. If that shit gets +1, like Terrakion is getting cooked by a Giga Drain or a Psychic. I feel it's the Dragonite that's a bit of an issue. But I feel like every time Baby sends in something to check one of Oculars' Mons, he still ends up getting put in a position where like he's fucked. He's basically fucked. Like after Kyurem's gone, you have to deal with Volcarona. So I think his play here is to address the immediate threat in front of him, but at the same time, like, it's just danger looming in the background for him, and that's what's so threatening about Oculars teams. Yeah, man, I don't know. Let's see what happens next turn. Okay, so Oculars DDs. Yeah, okay, so Baby reveals the iron defense. I think we just gotta watch this pan out and see what happens. If I'm Oculars though, like, I'm spamming freeze dry. You could Icicle Spear and maybe go for crits, but like,
what's
I don't
wrong
know
with you?
Yeah, what's up?
Why would you? If I'm Oculars, this is the hardest, freest, most easy, magnificent Volcarona setup opportunity I've seen in my life. I don't know. Like, I think that the second just revealed iron defense.
Yeah.
You kind of have to. Oculars should have gone hard Volcarona, and Agency should play out the next turn as if Oculars is gonna go hard Volk. That's personally what I would have done, but I don't know.
Oc just set up his second DD, and then Baby set up Iron Defense. So now the next turn.
On the next turn.
Right?
Yeah, this turn Oc should go to the Volcarona for sure.
He should.
Volcarona's just that's
man, like,
that's
the optimal play. Dry, you know. All right, let's see what Oc ends up doing. Oh, and he goes for freeze dry. Okay, defog.
Defog.
So this is fair. This is fair. Iron Defense, Defog. So that this makes sense because Baby is Roost, Defog, Iron Defense, and Body Press.
I guess so
Right.
that you. I guess I'm calcing so much, but I want to calc Corviknight plus 2 body press. I'm gonna assume that this is 250.
Oh, it definitely killed. No doubt. No doubt. Body Press is gonna kill with
That
the
has to
screens.
kill.
With that, it has to kill. He's
It
max
did not
defense.
kill. It does not kill if light screen is up, if the reflect is up. But without
Yeah.
reflect, it's a guaranteed 1 hit KO at this range.
Exactly. So the defog was nice. Because he had to set up the Iron Defense first, obviously. It would have made sense to defog first, because now he's in a comfortable position where he can defog.
Yeah, and
Now-
that defog to an extent
Yeah.
also covers the switching into Volcarona. Because like if you body press into Volcarona, you do like 20% risk of flame body burn and potentially put yourself in a situation where your Corviknight becomes setup fodder for Altaria or gets beaten 1v1 by Kieran, which is not really. You need Corviknight healthy in this matchup. Now that it's revealed Iron
Yeah,
Defense.
that Altaria could have a fire move, right?
Exactly.
I mean,
Yeah.
it could, yeah, but I don't think that like Fire Blast is gonna break through a Corviknight, honestly.
Well, if you get it a bit chipped, right? That's why.
Yeah. You need that's why you need it healthy. That's why you need Corviknight healthy.
I think Baby can't afford to not body press here. So I definitely think Ak is gonna switch into. He's going hard into his Volcarona. Let's see what he does next turn. Oh, he freeze dry
Oh, freeze stuff,
again.
freeze try.
He sacked,
He sacked
which is okay.
here.
Like I said.
I mean,
like
yeah, this is just playing it safe. This is just playing it safe.
Exactly. Like I said a few turns earlier, like Baby could set up with the Corviknight, but it doesn't matter. Oculars still has
Yeah.
Volcarona in the back, so and you know, like all it can do to the Volcarona is body press or switch out. So it gives Volcarona an opportunity to set up. I also think that this gives Jirachi an opportunity to set up as well. I think Jirachi
does.
would take a body press comfortably here,
Easily.
and set up with Z Happy Hour, and then
Or like
if
Cosmic
it's
Power.
exactly, or Cosmic Power. And again, with the Jirachi, you have Stored Power for Venusaur. You have, it could be Charge Beam for Slowbro. Terracion's getting dropped by Stored Power. Corviknight's getting dropped by Charge Beam. And Dragonite, I mean, come on. Like, you have to look at the rest of the Oculars team.
Dragonite.
I feel like Oculars really has this first game. It depends on what sets Baby is packing. I'm not really sure. I think what might really help Baby here is if his Slowbro is T-Wave or something. But he's in a really bad spot here. What do you guys think?
I think that what Oculars did definitely put him in a good position for the next turn. Corviknight is low, and you get free Volcarona setup, or like what you get free whatever here. Your momentum is in your favor. With that being said, I do think that as long as Agency plays this well, he should still be able to recover from this position. Cause like there's a full health Dragonite for Volk. He still has his answers to everything, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
No, definitely.
I don't see how Oculars can break the combo of the Venusaur and the Dragonite.
That's true. That's true. I mean, maybe like depending on the Jirachi set, maybe it can.
It's the
break through, but-
Jirachi, yeah. It's definitely the Jirachi set. But let's see.
But like, what's
how
your
this pans
Jirachi
out,
gonna
yeah.
do when there's a Slowbro? Yeah.
Exactly, it would have to be Charge Beam or some shit. I'm interested in seeing what the Jirachi set is. Let's see
Yeah,
what
I
he
think
goes.
that
He
the
goes
Jir-
Volcarona. I'm curious whether he Quiver Dances right off. It is a very free Quiver Dance, but at the same time, Baby could go hard into Dragonite, and then that would force the Volcarona out. So I'm wondering whether he just goes for like an attacking move just to break multi-scale here, or just chip anything that comes in. It might be a little
Honestly.
premature to go into Volcarona, yeah.
Yeah, he could just double. He could just double here, like force
true.
in Dragonite by switching in Volcarona, and then like you send in alt to set up.
Yeah, that's a good point. Special guest, bro. You got anything to add to this?
I think he could do that, or he could maybe double into the Azumarill to set up on the
That's also a
Dragonite,
possibility.
alternatively.
Interesting. The Azumarill would be, it's the Mega Venusaur gives the Azumarill a problem, but it depends on the Mega
how fast-
Venusaur set. Yeah, depends on it.
Yeah, it does,
I
it
don't know
does.
if it's offensive Mega Venusaur, if it's defensive. I think defensive. Low key, knowing Mega Venusaur, I know this shit hits 200 speed, so it should be just outside of the Azu range, unless it's a Jolly Azu. But like, Never in a
Who the
million
fuck
years
runs
would anybody
Jolly
runs a
Azu?
Jolly Azu. So I feel like regardless of the situation, I think Venusaur always was a Azumarill. But as I said, it depends on the set. If it's actually no, I think Giga Drain would probably kill Azu. Depends on. Yeah, I think Giga Drain just takes out Azu. I'm not really sure. Let's see what happens this next turn. Okay, so the Volcarona
What the
forces in.
monster?
Baby, bro, you need to stop this shit. Like he knew we was about to record this, so come on, dog.
Trying to get us demonetized.
All right. Anyways, we're gonna see what Oculars clicked this turn. He went straight for the Fire Blast. That was smart. He broke the multi-scale.
That's a very aggressive play, and I like that.
Yeah, exactly. And that's how Oculars has been playing the entire game. So I think that he needs to.
That's how
maintain
Oculars plays. Very
Exactly.
aggressively.
that.
There's
Yeah.
a reason this dude is known for spamming hyper offense. That's his vibe. The Oculars
God.
way.
But
The
I
vibe.
think this is really valuable. It just depends on the Dragonite set. Now, if it's Roost, then it's kind of shitty because it just gets its multi-skill back. Because there's no way Volcarona
I think on
stays
this
in
team, this is always going to be a Roost Dragonite.
Realize
you
this
think so?
Dragonite is a Cumpster Dragonite.
Yo, I'm about to ban baby from the fucking server, bro. Oh my god, why he names Showdown?
Down
Showdown
terrific.
fixed their name recognition. All right, let's see what happens this next turn. Okay, so Ox switches out into his Altaria, which is great. Panu had brought this play up earlier. He said, okay, if baby goes Dragonite, then that's free Altaria. But at the same time, I'm low key thinking if it's a defensive Dragonite, then it might have Ice Beam, and maybe he predicts Oculars to switch out Volcarona into an Altaria. So I'm worried the Altaria gets sniped by Ice Beam. But again, like D-Knight with Ice Beam doesn't run any special attack investment. So it could be the case that Altaria even ends up living, but it is oh shit, it's a 4x move. My bad, I clicked. Alright, anyways, we see the D-Knight EQ'd here. Baby, first of all, awful play. There's no reason to click EQ there because Altaria was the obvious switching. So I just
What
want to
the
say
hell?
Baby, awful play there. What was he
Yeah,
thinking?
learn to play,
Nobody
dude.
knows. Yeah, learn to play, bro. This is why you're only
That's-
the second best.
if it was Molly or me, we would have Dragon Danced there if we had it.
On
If
God,
it didn't,
bro.
we wouldn't.
Yeah, no, but the Altaria play was really good by Oculars. I feel like it was the obvious play. Don't know why Baby decided to EQ there, but he wasted a turn. He could have roosted it off. I don't know, bro. Oculars playing well. Baby playing very mid this game.
Mid team,
yeah.
mid place. You hate to
Hey,
see it.
Baby is up a mon still, even though he might
That-
be in a bad momentum. He's still up a mon.
Yeah, but
That's true, low-key.
That's true.
That-
That's true.
That is kind of true, but think about it. Dragonite's multi-skill is broken. Corviknight's at 35%.
Yeah. Like
Uh,
Corviknight is not gonna do anything this game except
yeah.
his Zac fodder. I don't think you can genuinely count it as being up a mon. You're up a sack.
Yeah, exactly. And let's see what this Altaria does. It's definitely DD. There's no way this is a special Altaria. It might have like Fire Blast or some shit, but
I honestly
see what
think
it
that
does.
this is gonna be either sub DD or like
Okay.
sub free attack, DD free attacks.
What is this nickname? Semisaur. Baby
Well, it's
ends
like-
up switching into his Venusaur, which is great.
Siemens are.
This is the dedicated Altaria check as well. Unless Altaria
Reveal
is running
Psychic.
EQ or some shit. I don't know what Altaria could do to threaten Mega Venusaur. If it's offensive Mega Venusaur, then Fire Blast will still do a shit ton.
But you
But
still
if it's-
comfortably eat and want it and threaten back to KO with Sludge Bomb, right?
I can't see an
Yeah.
uninvested Fire Blast doing more than maybe 30 something.
Yeah, maybe it might do
Yeah.
30, 40. Offensive Mega Venusaur, as bulky as it still is, like I run that shit on ladder like a lot recently. Like even Panu's seen that team, and like offensive
Oh, God.
Mega Venusaur is actually really strong, but on the defensive side, like something that like people should know is that offensive Mega Venusaur is actually awful when it comes to its bulk. It's only really good because of its overall defensive typing and the fact that it's not taking a lot of super effective attacks. It's mainly taking neutral attacks, but at the same time, like don't expect it to like soak moves up. But in this case, I have a feeling that this is definitely an offensive Mega Venusaur looking at Baby's team. Actually, but he didn't roost with the Dragonite, which is bothering me. Is he an offensive Dragonite?
Yeah, he
I
has
think
the
that
dog
I think that
Altaria.
there's just like no reason to roost there. No, there's actually like, why the fuck did he Earthquake? That's such a bad play.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
That's confusing
Like
me.
Roost
Like,
or DB?
the
Wait,
Earthquake play
wait,
confused me because now I don't understand if it's an offensive Mega Venusaur or a defensive Mega Venusaur. Either way, I think it still forces the Altaria out, but
Yeah.
in doing so, if it's defensive with like Sleep Powder, I wonder if Ock just stays in regular form to soak that up with Natural Cure. I don't think that that's the play. I think that that's too crazy. But I wouldn't
think
want
it's-
to risk any of my Mons getting put to sleep, because if any of them get put to sleep, Corviknight gets to roost back up, or Dragonite might get to roost back up, and then it's looking kind of bad for Oculars. In the
Yeah.
sense that a lot of his work was actually just gone to waste. So a potential Sleep Powder is concerning here. Yeah, I really don't know what the play is here. I'm interested to see what do you think, special guest?
Well, I think if the Altaria Mega's here, it's at risk of like getting Sludge Bomb, and
Yeah.
that would do it, KO
That's
it for
true.
sure.
But
It
here's
might
the thing, I
have
don't
some
think,
coverage for the
non-Mega
Venusaur.
Alt breaks through ever. So you have to
Yeah.
like Mega to actually do damage.
And at the same time, like, if it's a defensive Mega Venusaur, they don't always carry Sludge Bomb, you know? They could be Giga Drain, Lead Seed,
I don't know, I
like,
think that if
Toxic,
you're running
knocks
a
off.
Mega
Yeah.
Venusaur, you need to have Sludge Bomb. Like Sludge Bomb and Synthesis are the moves you need to have.
Definitely. No, I
Direct
agree with
is a
that
bit
too.
more like
I've
what's it
seen,
called?
yeah. No, I've seen,
You know,
Sludge
word
Bomb
of
definitely
mouth.
makes sense. It's nice to have for, like, the Kleps and shit like that. But yeah, like, let's see what ends up happening this next play. Okay, so Ock goes Jirachi, and Thing Megas, and okay, so Ock sets up the
Oh
Z
yeah,
happy
yes,
hour,
this is the happy hour. Yeah,
so that's
this
great.
This might just take the game, honestly.
Absolutely, because once again, we've established Dragonite's multi-skill is broken and Corviknight is down at 35%, but it all depends on this Mega Venusaur set. It doesn't matter if it's defensive or offensive, it matters whether it has Sleep Powder. If this shit has Sleep
Yeah,
Powder
what
and it puts
collector
Jirachi
can
to
really
sleep,
like
exactly.
it can
So-
put agency back into the game because this
Exactly.
honestly looks lost.
Yeah,
Honestly, like
exactly.
Bullet
At
Scar,
this point, if this Jirachi stays awake right here, oh, okay, hold up. I don't know. Okay, so Oculars named his shit Para. Now I'm not sure
Mhm.
why he named it that. If he's thinking about Parahaxin or something like that, I don't know if he had a T-Wave or oh, maybe his GRIMMSNARL had T-Wave. I don't know, but thinking about it, I'm not sure why it's called Para, or if it has any
it's
indicator of what the
probably
set might be.
T-Wave GRIMMSNARL, right?
I think
It's a
maybe he's
pretty
doing that
interesting,
to,
like,
like
idea to
mentally
build
fuck
around.
with people.
Yo, you're just
Yeah.
fucking around. Maybe
Just
Oculus
like
is just fucking around with
gaslight
people.
them into thinking you're like T-Wave or some shit.
Yeah. Anyways, let's see what he ends up clicking here. Earth Power.
Oh, that's
and he got
huge.
the-
Oh!
he's absolutely
That's
offensive Mega
huge! This
Venusaur.
kid is lucky and bad!
Exactly. This was definitely offensive Mega Venusaur. You know, baby, give me credit for this shit, bro. I'll put you on this shit. But anyways, this is really good. Because actually,
No, that
looking
is
at it,
like got the
it's
crit
still
damage,
kind of lost, maybe. Yeah, the crit was.
but
bad.
there's a chance. You only need to do 13% to the
Exactly,
Jirachi now,
so-
right?
How baby goes about accomplishing that, because Venusaurs could be gone here pretty much with the stored power. Slowbro, it depends on if Charge Beam kills Slowbro, if Oculars has it at all, but Slowbro could definitely be huge at this moment, and that would free up Terrakion to... I guess Terrak could kind of sweep for baby at this point. It depends on if it lives in Aquajet from Azu. I'm pretty sure it lives in Aquajet from Azu.
If that Terrakion is scarfed, I think it can just clean sweep from this point with Stone Edge.
I do not think that that's Scarf Terrak. I really don't. What would his... Or it could be Z Dragonite. I don't know. It depends, but...
I don't think
um,
this is Sea Dragonite, because only
Yeah.
having Corviknight as your defog and running a non-boots of Rocks Week is not a very good idea.
Well, what
Like,
would his
at the same
speed
time, this
control
is fucking
be?
agency playing. We cannot expect good
Yeah.
ideas all the time.
ADCX the baby is the type of guy to outplay his op instead of actually winning based on matchup. Because like the guy peaked ladder.
He
with
will
a
put a
fucking-
Gastrodon
what's
on
that-
hyper offense.
Yeah, he has the thing. What did he peak ladder with that one Donald Trump looking Pokemon? What's that shit called again? Gumshoes.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, that thing.
Gumshoes.
Baby's
that
actually
stakeout
fucking legend.
Gumshoe.
But I'll tell you what, that crit, not very skillful crit from AGC X the baby. But let's see what ends up
I think it's
happening this
skillful
next
crit.
wave. Yeah, let's see. I mean, that Earth Power, this is definitely offensive Mega Venusaur, no doubt. But yeah. Okay, so
Oh,
Baby.
it's a
Okay,
My
and
bad.
it's the
Go.
F drop.
Slow
That was
blow?
Chris.
F drop.
yeah, and so Baby goes hard into slow, bro. You know what we
Now
didn't
This dude
consider?
more
has to
power.
stop. He's
You know
down
what?
terrific.
No, but you know what we didn't consider? If this is potentially AV slow, bro, which in that case, that would
Why
kind of.
on earth would this be AV slow, bro?
I don't know why it would be. I'm just saying, like, I don't understand why he went hard slow, bro. I'm trying to make sense of why he did that. Because-
Wait, no. This makes sense. Because what's this gonna do? It's gonna charge beam. This does not die to charge beam. Charge beam is weak as fuck. So you can scald, and I think that even if you don't like one hit KO, I don't expect you to one hit KO, but you can
Yeah.
fish for the burn. And if you get
What?
burn,
That
this is a delp of
definitely one
Jirachi.
hit KOs. The Jirachi is at 12% or 13%.
It's at +1 Spadef, and this is
No,
a
it's
fucking slow,
not.
bro.
Just at a
Oh
Spadef
no,
drop.
not app. Yeah, just it's.
Oh,
that
it's
was
Spadef
dropped
drop.
with
I missed that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Scald definitely KOs then. Never mind.
Yeah.
Crit
So
Spadef
I mean,
drop.
let's see. I'm like super hype about this end game because I know it's Raps here. Okay. So Oculars stored
power.
power there. That means he's definitely not charge beam. So rip to the Jirachi, and he stored powers again. And the Skull takes out the Jirachi. That's fair. Okay, so Ak goes to the Azu, but at this point, Dragonite. Yeah, Oculars can't break Dragonite, Venu, Corv. I feel like, yeah,
Breaking this team will be very difficult.
he
For
doesn't have the
Oculars.
pieces left to break the defensive
I don't
core.
think it's doable without Jirachi. Straight
Yeah.
up. Lost
I mean, you know
cause.
what are
It's
the
like lost.
possibilities here? Is okay, so Azu comes in and knocks off. You can't belly drum here because the Venusaur is offensive. So like that's it. Like knowing the Venusaur is offensive, that takes out two of your remaining breakers, and it leaves Volcarona. And I'm gonna tell you right off the bat that Sludge Bomb will do, even with a +1 Volcarona, it'll do like 40%.
How?
And then Dragonite could probably clean up. Yo, I'm telling you, like this is modest Mega Venusaur is a fucking demon, bro. That shit is crazy. I'm telling you, bro. I
It's
run that
evil.
shit.
It's a
That's
god.
my tech, bro. On God.
It may die to a +1 psychic though, if the Volcarona is modest and it has
That's
no
true.
Spadef investment.
That is true. That is very true. Wow, I didn't think about that. Yeah, because it is a modest Volcarona, right? I don't know about the calc for modest Volcarona. I know the calc for timid Volcarona, and I know it doesn't kill at +1, but it could even be Z Volcarona. Oh no, never mind. We already saw the Z move, but let's see what happens. I think Ock just goes for a knockoff here. Oh, so he went hard. Baby went hard, Mega Venu, and Ock went for a belly drum. But yeah, the Sludge Bomb is gonna take out the Azu. And then he goes Volcarona. This is fair. This
is
is
kind of like
only play.
last hope.
Last
Quiver
ditch.
Dance?
Maybe Ock goes for another Quiver Dance here, but it depends on the Dragonite.
You have to
Again,
double
we don't know
Quiver
this.
Dance and
Yeah,
pray that you live somehow.
yeah, and like I was saying, if this was Z move, then like there's nothing you can do. If this is like weakness policy, DD, it might be dual wing beat. So I really don't know what the Dragonite set is, but I feel like if I'm Oculars, I feel like I'm obligated to go for the second Quiver Dance because there's no way you're winning
Like
without
you have
it.
to
You
go
know?
for like the second Quiver Dance chase win here. I feel, in my opinion.
Exactly. Let's see what he ends up doing here. Oh, he goes for the Psychic instead. And Baby
that's
reveals
enough,
to be like I don't know if it's a Bandit.
That
It could be
that
banded.
just straight up KOs, but this could again
Yeah.
honestly be banded.
Either way, getting locked into Outrage is not a problem. Even though Altaria can set up, it gets walled by Mega Venusaur, which is at 100%.
Yeah,
so
this game is
wraps.
over.
Yeah, it's wrapped. So it was a man. We shouldn't have doubted Baby like that, but at the same time, like it was probably the Jirachi set. I feel like if the Jirachi and the crit was big too. Oh shit!
Yeah.
So
Oh, he almost crit through.
Yo.
shit! Wow. Okay, so the EQ was big. I have to pause here. I really thought
And
the
it
game was
lives, so
done
this
right off
comes
the
down
bat.
to poison.
I don't think it ends up. Did it end up poisoning? Let's see. No, it didn't poison. So the turn ends. There's no poison.
This looks winnable for Oculars suddenly. This is what Hacks does to a motherfucker.
Wow. Wow. This is okay. Okay, hear me out.
I'm hearing you out.
This Corviknight may very well be Rocky Helmet. It could be Shed Shell. Looking at his team,
Slowbro could be Helmet too.
Slowbro could be Helmet too. So Oculars cannot roost here. He's forced to go for the kill. So if Baby has a Helmet user, then he wins automatically.
Yeah.
So
It could only be Helmet on Corv or Slowbro.
Yeah. And actually,
Could also be Quick Attack Terrakion.
that's true too. I'm also thinking Baby could just like, what he could do here, if I'm him and I want to fuck around, I go into the Slowbro and then I like double into like the Corviknight, because EQ from Altaria could kill the Slowbro, but then if he just switches out to the Corviknight, if he's packing Fire Blast or something, he could click the Fire Blast and Baby could pivot back into the Slowbro, and then Slowbro would just get back to full health. Like it's just like, it's kind of looking impossible here, even though like that was a pretty sick crit at the end. I don't know, let's see what ends up panning out. Okay, so Oculars is running return. Baby drops the GG.
Oh, E-Speed Dragonite, of
Bandit
course.
E-Speed, right? We've forgotten about the Bandit E-Speed. But that was a crazy game one.
Good clutch from the GOAT Agency.
Yo guys,
baby.
we gotta speed run this shit. Our first game took 40 minutes, bro. We've been recording 40 minutes. We gotta.
Okay,
Yeah,
speedrun,
it's a best
speedrun,
of
speedrun.
three.
Go,
We're
go.
gonna speedrun. All right, so next game, bro. All right, Oculars. He brought something even more HO.
Wait, the fuck is there a Golisipod and a Mantine on my screen?
This is like
Bro,
some Volt
dude.
turn.
Fucking go, bro. Alright, so I'm just gonna give my thoughts right off the bat. Oculars looks like an extremely standard team. Like, I'm not gonna guess any of the sets, but he said, fuck it, I'm not dealing with no unaware Clev bullshit, so I'm bringing the Mega Gyarados. And Baby here, like, it's kind of nice. He's got the first impression for Mega Gyarados, but looking at Baby's team, I think Necrozma is really threatening here with the Meteor Beam.
Yeah, Necrozma
you
might
got-
just straight up so, honestly.
Yeah, you've got
Like,
the
there,
Meteor Beam, you've got Heat Wave, you've got I guess the Mantine will be big. It depends on when he drops the Meteor Beam, because if the Mantine has Toxic, then it can kind of stall out the Necrozma. But
We're haste.
It could be that set, or it could be like DD Xizor, man. Like Necrozma runs a bunch of shit.
oh, that could be crazy. I haven't seen DD in a long time.
It
DD,
could honestly be DD weakness policy, yeah.
That's pretty nuts. I didn't think about that. I've just been seeing a lot of Autotomized Meteor Beam, but DD weakness
Yeah.
policy would be crazy.
Yeah, like,
Baby's got a really powerful team with the Mega Metacham. I'm like, there's not a shred of doubt in my mind that isn't like a Z Coco type shit. It's probably like Therium or some bullshit. But either way,
It could
like,
be C Lando, honestly.
it could be Z Lando too. I wouldn't put that past Baby either. But I'm not even gonna break down Oculars' team. I just know he's gonna come out with that pressure with that GRIMMSNARL, and Baby, I'm curious with what he leads here. He probably leads the Mega Metachan. I don't know. Like, let's see how it goes. Baby says
Ooh,
JF.
Lysopod.
Yep, he leads the Gliscopod, and
Room
I
off?
think yeah, I think GRIMMSNARL, even with Prankster, will outspeed. I don't know what first impression's priority is, actually. Never mind. I don't think Baby clicked first impression. I think he might have set up spikes.
I think
If
Prankster
anything-
is +1, but first impression might be like +2
It's
or
like
something.
+2 or +3. So if anything, if he clicked first impression, it would have gone before the reflect. So I feel like he's setting up hazards. Let's see what he does. Oh, he just goes for liquidation. You know, awful play by Agency X the Baby. I don't know why he does this, guys. Explain.
He's
to
the
me,
only
Baby's thought
person I
process
know
here,
that's this bad and this good simultaneously.
oh my god. But yeah,
Bro
Oculus
is like
doing his
Molly
thing.
and Axel at the same time.
Simultaneously. On god.
Maybe he thinks Oculus is gonna go into the Volcarona to try and flame body.
I think that
No, that's
nobody
too
would
big
ever
brain.
do that in any situation whatsoever. Like, if you're gonna switch out to GRIMMSNARL, which I for the record think it's a bad play, it's gonna be into
Yeah.
Gyarados.
Yeah. Gyarados, bro?
Gyarados.
Yeah, Gyarados, that's how it's pronounced.
It's like the most European thing I've ever heard.
Alright, sure.
My
sure,
bad
sure,
for
alright.
being European, y'all. I
problem.
won't do it
Alright,
next
so-
time.
Baby has definitely banded Golisopod, and like this is doing like no damage. So I
This
don't know
does
what
give Oculars a
What
free
did-
switch into Cortana or Gyarados.
That's true, but at the same time, Oculus didn't set up his light screen because Liquidation went first. So I'm thinking maybe
That's
he
true.
foul played here, which might be good because if Golisopod is banded, then it's gonna get sent out.
Yeah,
by
that's not a
emergency
totally
exit.
ridiculous play.
But at the same time, you shouldn't waste your screens, you know. So
Yeah.
I feel
Like
if I was
wasting
Oculus, I
screens
would
is
have
not
gone
a good idea.
Yeah, yeah. What do you think, special guest?
I think the screen would have gone first, so it's either a Spirit Break, maybe thinking he's gonna switch into something to try and defog like the Mantine, or a foul play.
That's fair. That's
That's
fair. All
true.
right, let's
I agree with
let's
that.
yeah. Let's see what he ends up clicking next turn.
Honest statement.
He goes for the foul play, which surprisingly does
that-
not
Mr. E,
activate.
that might
emergency
mean that it's a
exit.
very bulky Golisopod, because it doesn't have to be max speed if it's choice band. It could be like bulky choice band.
Oh, it's definitely
Golisopod
like
has
max
like
HP.
140
Yeah.
attack.
I don't think it's like max HP, because if you're running Golisopod, I do think that there's like some key speed tiers that you wanna hit.
Right,
Maybe
right.
Yacht Speed Clefable, or like maybe Yacht Speed Megasis or Corviknight. I don't know. But you want at
Definitely.
least some speed, I believe.
No, I agree. But either way, it's surprisingly worked out. Oculus has wasted 2 turns of his reflect now, I think, and GRIMMSNARL is down to 44%. It's at -1 as well. Golisopod is comfortable to just stay in and keep liquidating, but at the same time, like as Pandu was saying, like it's a free Gyarados here. Or a Kartana.
Or a Kartana.
I wouldn't go
Yeah.
Kartana
Either
here
or.
unless it's SD, but you know, I think it's obviously it's too early to start setting up with Gyarados too because he has a Ferrothorn. But yeah, like let's see what he does with the next play. He sets up the light screen.
Still lives. Even with
It
the drop.
lives. Baby gets a second drop.
Mr. E?
I mean, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like I understand what Baby
That's
is
true.
doing with
I
the
agree with that
liquidations.
mentality.
Yeah, like whatever Baby's doing, it makes sense right now. With Oculars though, I wonder if this game, given that he's wasted a couple of turns of his reflect, whether he decides to keep the GRIMMSNARL. I think that is absolutely the play because he has a whole Gyarados he can go into, and he doesn't even need to set up. He could just double out with his Gyarados afterwards into a more favorable matchup. What do you guys think?
Yeah, that sounds
I-
like play. Potentially get off and
Yeah,
intimidate.
like that sounds
Like-
like the play. That's a totally fine play.
All right, let's see how that pans out. Oh, and Baby predicts probably the Gyarados to come in, but Oculus goes Kartana instead, which is interesting.
Honestly, if this is T-Wave Pharaoh, this might be
Yeah.
bad for Oculars, but I don't know. Like, it's not totally ridiculous to assume that it's T-Wave Pharaoh on this team, because like Medicham really appreciates the speed control support. At the same
Definitely.
time, I don't know if I would assume it's that right off the bat.
It's definitely a good scout. I think Thunderwave would make a lot of sense on this team given how slow it is, and at the same time, like low-key, I feel like Baby doesn't have a Scarfer on his team. Like obviously, he's
Yeah,
not running Scarf Coco.
It's a very
Right.
slow team, but I think that
Slow
between
team, so,
Coco
yeah.
and like Medicham's priority, it's fine.
He has dual priority. Probably has a helmet on the Ferrothorn or even the Landorus to get some chip.
Yeah, I think
You know,
let's
vicious Scald burns with Mantine.
definitely really want to see what he ends up doing here. Okay, so it's SD cart, and Baby ends up getting up the rocks, which is always great against HO. But being in front of +2 Kartana is never a good thing. Now I'm curious here if this is SD Timid Life Orb. If it's speed boosting, either way, like Baby's packing a Lando, so that will definitely help out. But at the same time, like if I'm Oculars and if he's not afraid of, I mean, if it's not T-Wave Pharaoh, then I can't see why he wouldn't just keep SDing on the Ferrothorn right now. It could be body press. I don't know how much that's doing with Kartana behind screens, but like that's how I see it right now. I might get up another SD if I'm him here.
Yeah, I don't see anything
Definitely
wrong with that
SD
logic.
again here for sure. Or maybe even try and throw off some attacks, like a Z move if he has it. Try and catch out a Lando.
Oh, this could very well be his Z move user. You're right, because looking at the rest of his team, I feel like it's unlikely that they're Z. Like I think that Volcarona is definitely not Z. It's probably Boots.
It could be CB Sharp, or I think it's more than likely going to be C Cartanavo. Yes.
Yeah. Nah, I think the Bisharp is purely just here. It could have been a Galarian Zapdos too, but I think Bisharp is just here to take the defogs, right? Yup.
Yeah.
Let's see what he ends up doing. So, Baby, good double into Lando.
Oh my god!
Oculars reveals the Adrenaline Orb, which is absurd. Holy shit. And now he's just free to SD the rest of the whole fucking game, and it's wraps. It's wraps right here. You just gotta hope that it's wrapped up. Yeah, you just gotta hope that it's not taking too much from Galissapod's first impression. But I don't know if I'm okay. So the Lando came in and it intimidated. So there's no doubt in my mind if he's running Adrenaline Orb Kartana, he expected a Lando to come in, and in that case he SD'd again. Like there's no question he SD'd again. But knowing that he's not Z move Kartana, that means that it's very likely he's Z move Volcarona, or as Panu said, it could be Z Bisharp. I would lead more towards
with the Adrenaline Orb reveal on Kartana, I honestly think that C move Bisharp is more likely than not.
Yeah, it could very well be like Z Sucker Punch, which is a fire tech. I really fuck with that tech. But Oculus, like, what are you thinking? Like, this is crazy. The Adrenaline Orb play was fucking crazy, bro. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, if he runs Z Sucker Punch, he can have some other coverage on the Bisharp, which you might want for filling out, you know, some of the voids in this team. Because he has the Kartana and the Mega Gyarados, and a lot of those are walled by, like, Fizzwalls like Buzzwole and stuff. Yeah, so maybe you want to break that Bisharp.
I really wonder like if Oculars like specifically planned this shit. You're just like, yeah, I know Baby's gonna bring a Lando next game because he knows I'm bringing HO, and if I'm just like set up on every mon, like having an Intimidator would be nice, right? I feel like this was a full like C team play on Oculars' behalf. Like this.
Absolutely, that's an insane bring. Yeah, I love to see it.
And I'm not gonna say it's necessarily refreshing to see, because like everyone knows by now that Oculus brings HO. It's like every game. So he in turn is obligated to do shit like this. You know, he's just like, okay, my ops know I'm bringing HO.
He has to innovate his playstyle.
Exactly. And it's very creative with the Kartana here. And I want to see. So he gets up the second. SD,
double this greedy bitch! Oh my god.
He's at +3. He's at +3. So
this looks over as fuck.
I think, yeah, he just has to keep toggling between. Baby's only plays here are to keep switching between Pharaoh and Lando and get in Galissapod at some point somehow. But I mean, if I'm Oculars, personally, I'm going for another SD.
No. I think the SDs you currently have are enough for Oculars to win.
Maybe. Yeah, you're right. It is okay. So you know how I said earlier it could be Timid Life Orb. Okay, so it's absolutely not Timid Life Orb. Then it's just max attack, Jolly with Adrenaline Orb. So even at +3, like Kartana is probably like over 1,000 attack at this point. So even like Ferrothorn, even if it's like max defense, that shit will still take a ton from a resisted move. Like I wanna let's see what he ends up clicking next. Okay, so Baby goes to Ferrothorn, and he announces, "Oh fuck." And honestly, oh fuck indeed, bro. Like if I'm Baby right now, I'm shitting myself. Like this is crazy. And what does Oculars click? He predicts the Ferrothorn to come in, drops the Sacred Sword. It's wraps.
This is over as fuck.
It's wraps. If I'm Oculars here on the Lando, I'm SDing again, because I would just fit. This is straight up. This is textbook big dick energy right here, bro. Like
this is textbook
up,
clean.
There is no Leaf Blade switching though, so he might just click +3 Leaf Blade.
Yeah, that is true. That might be a move.
My bad. I'm being greedy. But yeah, it's over. Leaf Blade packs up the Landers, and I think it's just. I'm not even gonna pause right now because we know it's just gonna be Leaf Blade. The first impression. Oh shit, that's quite a bit. Okay, that's fair. So now Mega Metachamp comes in and claims, but it's over. Like Baby doesn't have enough to do it. Yeah, like There's nothing. Like what is Baby supposed to do now? You have a
There's
fucking
nothing you can
Necrozma
do,
that can come
honestly.
in right now. A Necrozma that can come in, and potentially Gyarados. I mean, Grimmsnarl's dead actually. Grimmsnarl can't even come in and set up screens again. But either way, if I'm Oculars, I just go to Necrozma and wrap it up.
Yeah.
There's nothing. I don't think Mega Medicham can touch it. As Panu said, if it was DD Necrozma, not a damn thing the other two mons can do either. But yeah, like let's see how this pans out. Okay, so he ends up going Gyarados to get the drop. This could work out. Oh, he just went for the HJK right off the bat.
Insane plays on the go.
I'm kind of surprised. I know Mega Medicham was -1, but at the same time, Gyarados is not bulky at all. I low-key felt like it might have done even more than 45%. You know, like Mega Medicham just be breaking through shit sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
I felt like that probably should have done more to Gyarados, but
It probably should have.
either way,
I mean, it still has 400 plus attack at -1.
Oh, that is true. That
That's
is a
true,
fair
yeah.
point.
Mhm.
I did not consider that.
Yeah. But either
Retracting
way,
the previous statements.
with Gyarados, I wonder if Oculars goes for the DD, knowing that Mega Medicham can come in and revenge kill it. I'm pretty sure. But I think he'll go for the DD anyways because it claims on one of the other two, whether it's running Crunch or whether it's running Waterfall, or even like fucking Power Whip. Who knows? Okay, so he gets off the DD, which is nice. Baby switches out into his man time, but it's pretty much over here.
Gonna
I'm sure
switch into the
Oculars-
waterfall.
Oculars
Over.
went for the substitute. Yeah, it's
Over.
yeah, it's over.
Clean.
That's gotta be over.
I'm not even gonna pause the game anymore. Like this is it's just over. What is Baby supposed to do? You gonna scald the Gyarados, bro? Come on, man.
Gonna
Yeah,
scald the
Baby
sub.
drops the GG this time. Yeah.
This was
Mega Medicham.
clean as fuck from Oculars,
Yeah.
and I
Wow.
think that he loaded a fantastic matchup to win.
This was a phenomenal C team. Bro, I wish we could have seen you sauce in the DL. Like we wrote you off early with all the you didn't
Bro,
even
you
see
cancelled the
our
draft
video.
league. What are you on about?
Yeah. Yo, our draft league was ass
Yo,
cheeks,
just-
bro. Relax. Our draft
league,
was ass
man.
cheeks. It was ass cheeks, but I'm glad Oculars could put on in the ladder tour. This was extremely creative. I'm super impressed. So yeah, like we've known, you know, this went to 3 games. So we got the next series, man. This is
Oculars
gonna be-
without the Grimmsnarl?
Wow, this is. I mean,
That's
he still
insane.
ended up bringing HO. I'm just gonna say right off the bat, like, I don't know who won this series. I just know that it went to 3 games. So actually, like, this is fucking crazy.
That's a
And
crazy team from
looking at Baby's
Oculars.
team, I feel like if you guys run into Baby on the ladder, or you've ever seen Baby post a replay in our server, you have seen this Baby team before. That being said,
God.
Baby is not playing around with this team. He brought his core, Pex core, and
This
Oculars
dude.
brought Sun. I'm surprised that he didn't bring a Grimmsnarl, but at the same time, I feel like, okay, you know, he showed off his screens HO tech to Baby. He brought it for the first 2 games, and he's just like, all right, no more fucking around. Like, I'm gonna bring some crazy shit. And looking at the matchup for Oculars right now, Baby does not have a great Sun matchup, I feel.
What do you mean? I think this is a fine Sun matchup. He has
I
Latios,
think-
he has Toxapex, he has Mega Pinsir. You have to also
Magnus,
look at like
Is unresisted. It can just click Thunderbolt and Bolt Switch.
no,
all
it
day.
just clicks Volt Switch and brings in whatever's the best in this current situation.
Oh,
With
that's
that
true.
being said, I do think that potentially Victini and Heatran can both be dangerous.
Yeah, man, like a banded Sun Victini with V-Create, like, aside from Toxapex, like, what's taking that on Baby's team, you know? That is, like, without a doubt, that is Scarf Eruption Heatran, or maybe a Z-move Heatran, I don't know. The Blacephalon, I'm very interested in that set. I wonder if it's, like...
Scarf, there's no way this is not Scarf on this team. I can tell you that much.
I feel like it's Scarf Heatran with Eruption, though, too. I don't know, he could be...
It can be
That would
both
be too
Scarf.
slow.
He could be
Like,
Specs.
Scarf
He could be
Heatran is
Specs
very
on one of
slow.
them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Scarf
true,
Heatran
that's
is slow.
true.
Specs Lottie would go crazy here too from the Baby.
Oh yes,
Oh, absolutely,
Lottie,
because-
I think that
Especially
Lottie
if
goes crazy
Heatran is
either way.
offensive.
Yeah.
I don't remember what this Lottie is. I think it's his Scarfer. Like it's
Should be
Scarfer
Mega.
right here. No, he's Mega Pinsir. There's absolutely no way.
Yeah,
I mean,
who brings a regular ass pincer?
No, he's
If
Scarf
Baby-
Trick Pincer, bro. He's Scarf Trick Pincer.
No fucking way. If Baby
Bloody,
brought
yeah.
Mega Latios to a tour game, like, he's just completely washed at that point, bro. That is like, yo, I would rather bring Mega Audino than Mega Latios. Mega Latios is a waste of a Mega slot, bro. Like,
That's
I'll be
true.
completely
That's
honest.
that's factual.
Exactly, because
Spitting.
like if special Lati, like I don't know why you would use that over like special Mega Latios. You could just use Specs. You could just use Trick. Those are equally as good.
You
if
could
not
literally
better.
just use like Tapu Lele.
Exactly, and then if you run like physical mixed with like DD or something, like I don't know why you
That's
would
just
do that.
Mega
It has the
Latias
same-
on a budget.
Exactly, like Zardex does the exact like they both have the same attack stat, but Zardex gets Tough Claws and it has much better coverage than Mega Lati when it comes to like. I mean, like Zardex would just do everything better than Mega Latios is a waste of a Mega slot, so he's definitely
Yeah, that's
not
true.
That,
I
but
agree with you.
Just
I
run
definitely
Latias,
think-
right?
Yeah, you'll run Mega Latias under all circumstances. So in this case, like he's definitely like Specs or Scarf. He's definitely a Trickmon, which will be, I think. I don't know how valuable it'll be in this game because looking at Oculars' team, he has a lot of potential. Like
I don't
choice
think that
slot
you're gonna
mons.
find the free turn where you can safely trick something and
Yeah.
benefit from it.
Exactly, like Oculars' team is nuts. I like the random feeding on it.
Every
you need
every
the Ash
turn,
Brand
this
check,
game
you
is
know?
gonna matter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't think this game goes past like 20 turns. Like it's either
I think
Oculars
it goes
wins in like
25.
15 turns. Yeah, I feel like Oculars just wins in like 15, or like he has to forfeit by then, or Baby would have, you know, like just whittled down all of his options. But let's see how this pans out. Obviously it's the Torkoal lead from Oculars, and I guess it's a Toxapex lead. Maybe Pex can lead and knock off or some shit.
Maybe get up a
Latios?
Spike.
This is good. This is honestly good because Panu, as you were saying, right? Like Latios might not get many opportunities to trick safely, but the one mon that it can trick safely on, I guess, is Torkoal. But it depends on
Yeah.
if Oculars stays in. You know, I don't think that he does. I think Oculars will immediately go Heatran. That's my feeling. And reveal that he's also Scarf, or he could go to Blasef. But I don't think Baby attacks here. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I don't know. If I'm I think
He
that if
could
I'm
T-Bolt or something here, right? Like or
you
Psychic,
could
I
just
don't know.
you might honestly straight up drop a Draco to get everything into like sweep range.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true.
I don't think
He-
Oculus wants to take chip on Feeny this early in the game.
That's true.
Yeah, that's
Definitely.
true.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm curious to see how this first turn panned out.
Could be a Draco.
I would save the Torkoal if I was Oculars here. It could be super. It's. What's the word that I'm looking for? It's. I don't even know. It's just
Broken.
necessary for this team. Yeah, it's absolutely like he can't operate without it. But let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay, so Psychic
Straight up
did
psychic, that's a lot.
76. I don't know what the Torkoal spread is. I'm pretty sure if I'm Oculus, it's max defense. So in this case, I don't think it's Specs. I think that was Scarf damage.
Yeah, that looks. Yeah, probably.
I think if it was Specs, Torkoal would have been blown back.
Oh yeah, for
without a doubt.
sure.
I think Oculus got greedy and pressed rocks here. He might have clicked Yawn. You do not click Yawn first turn against Latios, is what I feel. He could have even clicked Toxic, but it's definitely the rocks.
I
he
think
went
that
for.
it had to click Stealth Rocks here. Honestly.
Oh, okay. So Baby revealed that he's Life Orb Latios.
Life Orb? Oh, that's interesting. So Life Orb free attacks. Huh.
This is actually really threatening for Oculus because he could have played around maybe a choice locked Latios, but it's like every turn Latios is gonna deal a lot of damage, and damn, it's kind of hard for Oculars off the bat.
That's
but
crazy.
either way,
Well, it's not Calm Mind Life
Love
Orb,
that set.
could win.
Oculus
Oh
with
yeah,
the Yawn.
I think that I think that the Oculars realized that okay, this thing is a threat, and I need to gain some momentum. I need to either force this to switch out, or I need to sleep it. So that's a good play from Ocular side, in my opinion.
What concerns me about this play is if Baby thinks it's a good trade to let his Latios fall asleep in exchange to Psychic the turn. Like I wonder if Oculus stays in and gets rocks up here, or if he immediately switches out. But I'm wondering if Baby thinks that Oculars is gonna stay in and get the rocks up, or if he'll double here and Baby is also gonna double. Like, there's the risk of, okay, they both switch out, but they go into like two wands that have like a weird matchup. I don't know. This is a really confusing play for me. Yeah.
Okay, here's a like fun theoretical scenario. Imagine I'm agency, and I go like, okay, this guy, I need to switch out my Latios because it's a very key important Pokemon in winning this matchup. At the same time, I don't want my Torkoal getting up rocks. I have a whole ass Corviknight, which is entirely useless in this matchup, which can sit on Torkoal, stall Sun turns, defog away its rocks, and if it dies to Lava Plume, I get to switch in anything and KO Torkoal or force damage on something else.
That's true. And it's also, if he's U-turn on the Gliscor, I don't think he is, but it's a free like Toxic Orb on his a free like Toxic for his Gliscor as well. And if that's a defog, I don't think it is. I think I've seen this Baby team before. I think he's SD Facade. But as you said, like, you're right, Corviknight is useless this game, but it could get rid of the rocks. But yeah, what up, special guest? What you thinking?
I think that if I'm Baby here, I would most definitely switch out the Latios and keep it, because Corv can kind of sit on a Torkoal, especially that low. It could probably outspeed kill with a body press over 2 turns, maybe, as long as it doesn't get like Lava Plume burned or something. Gliscor too. If it's protect, you might go into Gliscor and get up his own rocks. He could fog here, because if he gets up his own rocks, I think he's fine trading rocks against basically a mono fire team.
Definitely. No, I see that too. The Latios is super threatening here, so I guess the switch out makes sense. Let's see what they end up doing. So Baby ends up switching out his Latios, and Ocular stayed in and got his rocks up. Yeah, I'm not really sure what the Gliscor set is. I'm pretty sure it's SD Facade, but at the same time, like, what is Gliscor really doing to the rest of Oculars' team? Like, I think Gliscor is maybe good for the Heatran, but it's getting packed up by everything else in the sun, I think.
I think this Gliscor has to be rocks, because if you look at the team that Baby brought here, there's nothing else.
It's his only stealth rock setter, so I assume
it's his only hazard setter at all.
Yeah.
He wouldn't bring none.
One thing that I'm thinking about here that I didn't consider at first, like, okay, under Sun, like, almost under all circumstances, Victini is banded. But I'm thinking, if Victini is Z-move on this team, what does Baby do? Like, all he can do is drop Dracos with Gliscor, but everything else gets annihilated by Z Victini on his team, right? And if
Victini looks insane. I think that you might honestly need Latios to deal with. You need a combination of Latios and Pinsir to deal with Victini.
Yeah. And I'm wondering whether, I mean, it's just, I'm speculating at this point. It could be Z Blacephalon, it could be Z Heatran.
It can be Z anything.
Yeah, you think Z Fiend? That's just his Ashgren check, but
bro running C Haze.
Yeah, some shit like that. But Oculars is still in it for sure. I think the rocks were dice. He's definitely switching Torkoal out here. The question is what does he switch it into? I definitely feel like he goes Charizard here.
Yeah, I think that this is a Charizard moment for sure.
Yeah. The question is I'm fairly confident that it's a Spadef Pex, so Charizard is gonna get forced up.
Well, it kind of has to be Spadef Pex, right? Look at Agency's team, and look at Ash Greninja, and now look back at Agency's team, and look at Ash Greninja again.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely very Spadef.
Yeah, so I think even if Zard comes in, Baby is safe here, but like, let's see what happens. So Gliscor gets its Toxic Orb off. Okay, Oculus goes Heatran.
That's an insane play. That's a crazy play, even.
That is an insane play. Maybe he thought that Gliscor was gonna defog. Panu, continue. You're saying?
So I think that the main thing that this play tells me is that this is a Choice Scarf Heatran that's gonna click Eruption on this U-turn, whatever happens. Honestly, I think that I'm looking at this team. I think that this turn might have just cemented the game, because now Agency is stuck in a game game of can I resist his fire attacks instead of having to kind of offensively check Oculars' team and like play so aggressively that he can't really find opportunities to attack.
You know,
If that
one
makes
thing
sense.
I want to add on top of this is,
Yeah,
you know, I speculated earlier that Heatran could potentially be Z, so I'm thinking, what if he, oh, not just Z, but it could be a Trapper Heatran set where it's just Taunt Magma Storm, and in that case,
yeah, because that
if
that
Baby
really
has to
enables
sack
the other.
Pex, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And I think it may very well be the case. I mean, he could have also been Trapper Feeny, but at the same time,
It could
I
be
think
both.
Heatran,
It could be both.
exactly. And it
Honestly,
could
I
get
think
rid
it's
of
probably default Feeny.
Yeah, I think that
in
it's
the
probably
Sun it
default
can be a
Feeny as
Z
well.
move.
Yeah,
or
especially because
Trap.
like, what are you thinking? Yeah, it's either Z
Or
move or
Scarf.
it's Trapper. It could be Scarf. I think Scarf would make a lot of sense on this team, but keep in mind he has Blacephalon to run Scarf as well. So Heatran could be the Scarfer, but I think under these circumstances, Blacephalon is probably the better Scarfer in this case. I really think it's Trapper Heatran at this point, and I think that if Baby goes in, you know, Baby could also go into his Latios. But again, like he has to weigh his options. If it's Scarf Heatran, then you can't go Latios. If it's Trapper Heatran, then you can't go Toxapex. So he's
This
playing the
forces a
guessing
lot
game
of
at this-
difficult
yeah,
50-50s.
exactly, because I mean, okay, hear me out.
Yeah, I'm hearing you out.
If Baby was okay. At the same time, Heatran is in on a Gliscor. Standard Gliscor should be running 279 speed. So if the Heatran forces out the Gliscor, that is a awful EV spread on Gliscor on Baby's part. And if he lost it, that's the reason, because his Gliscor didn't hit the right speed too.
Yeah, like,
because
I
in
think that
all
every-
circumstances,
Or run like 256 because
No.
they're bad. They're
No,
bad.
no,
They run
because-
Here's the thing, right? Every Heatran is,
yeah,
in this current metagame, the current state of the tier,
is timid.
every
His
Heatran
move
is timid,
max
and
speed.
as such, every Gliscor has to be jolly with the fucking bullshit highest speed as well.
It has to be. It has to be. Otherwise you risk
Otherwise
getting
you can't
sniped
check
by
it.
Steelium.
Yeah, or
right.
fire. You can't safely switch in.
Yeah, right, exactly.
If that's
So
the
like
case.
Gliscor, I feel like you cannot run under 279 speed. You have to outspeed timid Heatran. That being said, this is basically Baby's make or break situation, you know? If he's not 279 speed on his Gliscor, I think like whatever, like he has to take a massive risk of the next move that he clicks. If he was 279 speed, you're just free to EQ here. And that would pack up the Heatran. I don't know if he wants to be like, low key, I feel like Oculars, he could have rocked the air balloon Heatran or something for this team as well, because it's, I don't know, but either way, like let's see. I wanna see what. Oh, he is air balloon. Okay, my bad. So I didn't click long enough to see that it was air balloon.
Oh, that's
Okay.
that changes a
Yeah.
lot of things.
Okay, yeah. So that means that Latios he can switch into it, but I don't really run air balloon Heatran, so like, would it be modest?
I think on this team, you can afford running modest if you're air balloon, so it might be. I don't know.
It's
I think
interesting.
you want to be fit to fight other Heatrans because you
Yeah.
totally wallop them. Like there's nothing they can do to hit you.
That
That's
makes
true.
sense. In that case, though, it's the freest Magma Storm of all time. It's just a matter of how much Latios is taking from it. I
And
don't
what
think
is it
Latios
gonna do in
take it well
return?
at all. Yeah. Psychic Draco aren't gonna do much. Maybe Aura Sphere. Aura Sphere is not killing Heatran. This shit is bulky as fuck. But let's see what. Okay. So on the Heatran switching.
Love this dude. Greed up. That's a really good play because this gives agency like this gives him a win condition basically. Because this, if he can keep his rocks up, he severely limits what Oculars can do. Because think of this.
Yeah.
Now he can only switch in Victini and Blacephalon a certain amount of times, and they will quickly ship down into pincer range. Torkoal is dead unless he can defog, and Charizard will be at half. This does put, if he plays aggressively enough to keep his stealth rocks up, this gives Chris a really solid win condition.
Yeah, agreed. This is bad. Hopefully, I don't know. Let's see. Oculus probably has defog on the Feeny. It just makes sense. Let's see. I really need to know what Baby ends up switching into because we haven't gotten to that. So he stays in on the Magma Storm, and
it dies. Oh, that's
sure
important.
I don't know if it mattered. Panu, run the calc. Can you see if the crit mattered? It was a sun boosted Magma Storm. Like, I feel like it didn't, but Glide Score going down, not the end of the world for Baby. He got his rocks up, so that was good. Did it matter?
It mattered, unless it's modest and 100 SPDF Glide Score. Wait, that always mattered. This dude is a lucky guy. Hold up!
Okay.
Hacks alert!
Alright, we got a hacks alert from Oculars, but you know what?
We ball it, that's my god.
Yeah, well, you know, that's hacks too. You know, Baby got that Earth Power crit earlier, so I guess Oculars is returning the
karma, whatever.
Karma, exactly. And it's time for Baby to get some karma. You know why? Because he's only a good MONS player because all he does is hacks. But either way, at this point, what comes in on the Heatran? Baby actually has no good switch-ins to Heatran. Maybe Pinsir, CC might be able to kill. I don't know. Maybe he could go Magnezone and I guess you have to go Toxapex or Latios here. I don't know. Maybe he goes Latios and Auraspheres here.
Maybe he's close combat Pinsir. let me check if that KOs.
Definitely. No, he's definitely close combat. The question is
close combat is a roll to KO, so you don't want to go for it unless you have to. It KOs 25% of the time.
It's a huge roll.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's a big risk.
You shouldn't risk it this early on.
Let's see what he ends up. Yeah, he goes Pinsir. I feel like that's his only play here. Maybe he hopes he dodges the Magma Storm, but either way, like, he has to go for the CC. I wonder if Oculars stays in here. Truly, I wonder if he stays in here. But knowing Baby is okay, but here's the thing: knowing Baby is forced to CC here, does Oculars go into Blacephalon? It's a possibility, but at the same time, we know that peck.
Let me read out a calc out loud to you.
Yeah.
Oh wait, never mind. This eats after one rock. That's totally a play you can do.
Okay.
Yeah, you need a crit to win it KO.
Shit. Alright, let's see what ends up happening in this play. Okay, so Baby Megas, he CCs, he gets the roll, so he kills. Of course, you know, luckiest MONS player on the planet kills this Pinsir.
Goat! That's my son! I will adopt this man.
Unbelievable, this man's luck. Agency X to Baby.
25% chance to get it, and he got it! Agency.
Yeah, you know, you gotta count on that to happen for Baby. But in this case, it's looking a little... if I'm Oculars, I go Feeny and I defog the rocks away. I don't know, you can go into Blacephalon, but he has the switch in with the Pex. It depends if he's Z Blacephalon as well. Pinsir's not gonna stay in and quick attack, I don't feel, and he knows that if Baby goes to Feeny, then he's helping him out with the defog. I don't know, I really gotta see what this next play is. What does Oculars go into? He goes into Feeny, okay, that's fair. The question is does Baby SD here?
Yes. Absolute no. Yes. Yeah. Magnezone.
I think Baby SD's here.
I think he goes Magnezone too.
Oh, you think so? He could go Magnezone. Yeah, it is a very free volt switch here. I mean, whatever move he wants to click.
If I'm him, I'm thinking, okay, if I don't go Magnezone, when do I go Magnezone in this
true.
game?
That's
I don't think he has any other time to go Magnezone this whole game.
That's a good point. And
that is true.
If he actually does that. Let's see if he actually does that. He does. Very intelligent play. Very intelligent play.
Rocks off is huge for Oculars. This put him back into a winning position.
Not only is it big for Oculars, it's big for Baby too, because his Pinsir can breathe a little freely now, and Pinsir is the main.
I think that Agency honestly preferred having rocks up.
That's true. At the same time, though, look at Baby's Latios. Pretty much, it just goes like berserk here at this point. I want to see.
That is true.
What the play is here now. So I think if I'm Oculars, I don't know what I do with the Feeny here. Do I sack it to a Volt Switch or T-Bolt? I guess Feeney did his job with getting rid of the rocks. There is gonna be no more rocks this game unless Oculars can get them up, because Baby's glide score is gone.
That's unlikely at 24% as well.
Yeah, exactly. I think here Oculars sacks the Feeney.
Yeah,
'cause
I mean,
what
sacking
else could
Feeney
he
just
need it
makes
for?
sense. Because then you can break in, then you can bring in any of your free breakers and just wreak havoc. Not any of them. You have to bring into one that's choice scarfed.
One thing that I want to gloss over very quickly here, and that we haven't considered. Actually, no,
Yeah.
never mind. It would make sense.
No.
I was gonna suggest that Zard might be X, but he has a Feeney on the team, so it doesn't make sense. He can never be Zard
That
X.
is
He has to be
true.
Zard Y.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it could be possible. You know, Oculus could throw a curveball, but with the Feeney on the team, it makes zero sense to have the Zard X. But let's see what ends up happening this turn.
I have
So
no clue,
Baby.
honestly.
Okay, so
Into
Oculus.
place. I don't think this is a surprise to anyone, but this Blacephalon now dies to a quick attack. Pinsir's getting ever so slightly closer to taking this all home.
Okay, but is it just me, or am I surprised? Like, Blacephalon ate that shit up.
Yeah, what the fuck did you expect?
It's a Specs Magnezone. Does that not delete Blasef?
That's not Specs, that's Scarf.
Yeah, I guess it is Scarf. If it was Specs, it would have deleted Blasef. Okay, so we know Baby's Scarfer then. Specs Magnezone. Strange, but okay. I guess this play kind of makes sense.
It's not the
Like,
weirdest
Feeney-
thing I've seen.
Feeney could be useful later on if it's like taunt or something like that. I don't know. Like I get it. Blacephalon was gonna get walled by Pegs unless it was Z move, like Calm Mind Z move or some bullshit like that. So I understand the Blasef sack here, and but the thing is now is Blasef lived, so it gets a free Shadow Ball on anything. I don't know. Oh no. Okay, Magnezone is Scarf. Depends on the Blacephalon set. If it is Scarf,
Yeah, the
then it's...
Blasef is probably Scarf here too.
I'll think so. Let's see what Baby ends up doing. Does he sack the Magnezone? He doesn't. But okay.
Oh, trick?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
that was.
interesting.
Wow.
That's a turn.
Baby could have sacked his Magnezone there. As we established before, he doesn't need it anymore. But he
really
decides to
doesn't.
go into the Pex to get tricked, which is really bad.
It wouldn't be
Because
bad,
I
it's
think
more
that,
so interesting.
yeah, but it opens up, I think, the Victini offense a little more.
Yeah, it
Right? 'Cause,
definitely
like, what-
opens up Victini. But like, you're still gonna deal with it the same way as you were before. It's still
I'm
just
sure.
gonna get like motherfucking
But
what's it called
keep in
Pinsir.
mind, keep in
will
mind,
become
this
a
is
sack
Spidef
war.
Pex. Keep in mind, this
That
is
is
Spidef
true, that
Pex.
is a
It's-
Spidef
If it's
Pex.
banded Victini doing V-Create in the sun,
Mhm.
that Pex is not gonna like that, and it can't recover that shit off. And then every time it's gonna get forced out, and one of its teammates is gonna have to take it. Pex was
Yeah.
pivotal in the end game, and I think that getting tricked that Scarf was really bad for Pex.
You would definitely prefer not being tricked to Scarf, let me tell you that
Exactly.
much.
Blasef picks up the Black Sludge. He's just gonna suicide, get off a Shadow Ball, and what does Baby do here? I wonder if Baby is T-Spike on the Pex. Look at Baby's entire team. Nobody takes Hazard other than Pinsir. Like, nobody takes like spikes or T-Spikes on his team.
That's
Toxapex
insane.
can absorb the T-Spike as well. Like, low-key, if the Toxapex is T-Spike, it could be a bit of an issue because Feeney would guaranteed get poisoned by that. I want to see what Baby ends up clicking here. So Oculars saves the Black Sludge Blacephalon, which is okay. I guess he keeps the sack, and he goes hard Feeney. I'm interested in seeing what Baby clicks here. He clicks Scald, so this is fine. So Oculars is now content to sit in here with his Feeney and do it whatever the fuck he wants. But knowing Baby's just gonna sit here the entire time and just keep clicking Scald until he gets forced out, because that's the type of psychopath that Agency X Baby is. But what do you guys think here? Like, what is the move here? I don't know. From Oculars has set up Misty terrain, which is good. Nothing. I mean, doesn't matter. Nothing on his team can get burned, anyways.
I think that in this situation, If
Yeah.
I'm agency, I go into Magnezone, and if I'm Oculars, I just Scald or something.
I think if I'm Oculars, I might sack the Blacephalon here and see what Baby ends up pivoting to. I don't know if Baby, like I said, knowing Baby, I would think that he would Scald here until he's eventually forced out. But at the same time, I feel like he could either sack his Blacephalon and then go to Torkoal, set up the Sun, and then go into Victini or go into Zard after that. Because what is Toxapex going to do to Zard in this scenario? It's choice locked. It would get forced out and then would have to come back in being choice locked. Like Oculus has a lot of options here. I'm curious to see what he ends up doing. But special guest, bro, what do you think? What do you think?
Here you can Oculus try and set up the Zard if it's an X maybe. Potentially it could be T-Punch considering it's a Feeny team. So you definitely don't want to have a dragon move on your Zardex in this scenario.
I do not think that's a Zardex though. No fucking way that's
It's
a Zardex.
not a Zardex, it's a Zard Y.
No way, that has to be a Zard Y, bro. You can't have Torkoal. I mean, if Oculus was insane like that, okay. But like, for Oculus to bring that to game 3 of his series, like, no. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, if I was Baby, I'd retire from Mons. If he ended up losing to a Zard X on Misty Terrain on a Sun team. I don't know. Let's see. Like, okay, so Feeny takes leftovers. Okay, so Oculus goes Torkoal, which is a good play. Okay, and Baby goes to his Magnezone because it's again free volt switches.
Yeah.
It's free volt switches, but at the same time, Oculars has a designated sack in his Blacephalon. So ultimately, this play works out better for Oculars. I think Baby just volt switches here. There's no reason for him to stay in. I don't even think we need to deliberate that. Okay, so
Oh? That's a play.
I don't...
What's wrong with that guy?
I mean, both players clicked the wrong move here, in my opinion. Baby should have... actually, no. It's fine. Baby has a Magnezone and he doesn't really need it against the Sun team, so just keep it in, you know, just Thunderbolt with it is fine. Oculars, yeah, sure. Maybe if he sees an end game here, then yeah, he can sack the Torkoal. I don't know how much longer he wants to keep the Torkoal for. At the same time, now I'm really pondering the potential Zardex here. Because Zardex could come here on Misty Terrain and just start DDing up, and then that's it. You know, like, it's history. But then it also depends on the Latios as well, you know, if it is actually packing a dragon move or not, because then otherwise Latios, actually, I don't even know if Latios is taking a +1 Flare Blitz in the Sun. I really don't think it is, personally. No, it's not. Yeah, I don't think it is, and it's pretty much at V-Create range. So, man, I really don't... we were just saying it's not Zardex, but I'm feeling like, okay, it's either Zardex or Victini about to do something demonic right now. So let's see what happens. Oculus goes Zard. Yeah, this shit is... Yo, Panu, this shit is Zardex as fuck. This shit is Zardex as fuck.
It's not Zardex. Oh, it's Zardex.
This is Zardex as fuck.
Definitely Zardex, man.
We need to find out. We need to find out. Oh, Oculus is insane. Oculus is fucking insane, bro. Oh my god. Wow. It's over. What does Baby do here? Absolutely jack shit. The Toxapex is done. He just DDs here. He can't get hazed. Pincer's not doing anything. This Thunderbolt is doing nothing because it's Choice Scarf Magnezone. We just need to watch how the rest pans out. Wait a second. It's not Choice Scarf Magnezone, Panu. The DD went before the...
What the fuck? What did the Cephalon eat then?
Oh,
huh?
Yo, this is his Z. This is his Z. This has to be.
Oh, yeah. Right? True.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even in that case, though, Zard resists both of the stabs. So Magnezone is gonna drop Z here, but it doesn't matter. If it's DD Roost, it's probably DD Roost Zardex. Cause then he's just Flare Blitz T-Punch on Misty Terrain. I can't see any other way around it. Let's just see how this goes. Okay. That makes sense. Corkscrew Crash. Holy shit, that did a lot. But either way, Oculars could DD again if he wants. He could Roost here. There's not a damn thing Baby can do at this point. And the Sun is still up for 6 more turns. It's Raps
Mhm.
here. Okay, he blitzes, and wow, surprisingly, I guess Oculars was not Roost. Man, I really thought
This-
Zardex was gonna clean. I got
This
hyped for no
endgame is
reason.
very exciting. I honestly think that as long as Agency doesn't choke, he wins this all of the time, 100%.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I thought Zardex was gonna clean up there. I was hyping it up like crazy. Special
Sardex
guest,
was
man,
never
you
gonna
have
clean
anything
up
to add,
against
bro?
Mega P.
Yeah, I don't know. That Zardex probably should have been Roost. That would have been a better set to bring for this matchup for
Yeah.
sure.
I think especially on a
Probably
Misty terrain team.
yeah.
Yeah,
Re-attack Zardex.
yeah.
Uh,
Man,
his
I wonder
pincer-
what his 3 moves then.
It's got to
What do you
click
think
quick
is-
attack.
Yeah, what do you think his 3 moves were then? It was probably Flare Blitz, EQ, T-Punch maybe? EQ for Heatran? I really
EQ.
don't know.
It,
Probably.
I think that this might honestly just be like free attacks, because with
Yeah.
like EQ and Outrage, you can lure and beat or like wear down a lot of common fire resists, which will
Yeah.
really help the Sun team do its job.
I really think on Misty Terrain, the DD Roost Zard was the play. But let's see. So definitely Baby clicks quick attack, so that works out. Yeah, I feel like his game, like Baby wins here. What is he supposed to do? What is Oculus supposed to do? It's over. Unless like he ultra crits with something.
Mega crit.
Mega crits. Like,
I think
what's
that
the
this is
supposed
still
to do?
losable for Agency, but
No.
it shouldn't be.
He
No
shouldn't
chance,
be.
no chance. I think it's wrapped up. Like unless Oculars is Scarf Victini, but like I don't think Scarf Victini is doing enough to Toxapex. He has to be banded. Then in that case, he has to. Okay, so if he's CC Pincer, that means he's not EQ because he's probably SD. Blisseth has a Black Sludge, so it's literally just dead next turn. So Feeny has to live. It could be Max Fizdef. I really don't know. Like we gotta see what happens here. So he goes Victini.
Not
Okay,
Victini.
keep in mind. Okay. Actually, you know what? Let's look back. You know how I was saying earlier it's Z Victini? It's Z Victini. Look at Oculars' team. Heatran was Air Balloon. Blisseth was Scarf. Feeny's
Oh yeah,
Leftovers
Victini might
is
just
Victini.
win. You have to frustration here if you're
Yes.
whole lot agent Panakara.
Yeah.
If
Your
you're
whole lot of agents
Pam.
got it. you must hope that frustration into quick attack kills Victini. Under all
Yeah.
circumstances, I think that should kill. Let's see.
I
let's
mean,
see
even
what
if it doesn't, you can also just like hope that Latios lives a hit.
happens. Okay, and that's fair.
Oh,
That's fair too. Wait, why did he do that?
because he read the straight up frustration. I believe
That's
at
true
least.
too. I don't know if he ended up living a quick attack on the next turn, but
I
don't think he would have
Latios-
lived the quick attack.
I wonder if Latios has anything for Victini then. I think that's
It could be Earthquake, it could be Draco Meteor. Also, you have to remember, it's fucking Life Orb, so Psychic might just kill. I'm not gonna calc,
Yeah.
but trust.
Let's see what ends up happening. Okay.
This is getting exciting.
Wow. I can't see how Baby loses this. He just clicks Psychic 3 times. He's Life Orb.
I mean, this
Life
does
Orb.
look kinda
He
losable.
could even
Like,
just T-Bolt here. He could T-Bolt, you know? T-Bolt is safe too if he has T-Bolt, or maybe Psychic or Sphere. Like, okay, so this is good.
Sax Blaze.
Sax is Blissef and off Blissef, which is fair. And then he goes Feeny. Right?
Remember, you gotta go Feeny, yeah. Nothing else. He doesn't go into the Victini again. He just switched it out.
But what does...
I think you have to try
This
to
is-
TP stall this with Pex and Corb.
This is Trapper, no? Isn't it Defog, Whirlpool, Nature's Madness?
We don't know what set it is.
And
It's
the core is
Defog.
at 100% is Defog, yeah. If Oculars is the truth, this is Calm Mind Feeding. There's no way you would run defog on Calm Mind though. It doesn't make sense. But at the same time, you just ran Zardex on terrain. I don't know. I really don't know. I think it's over. Like Baby wins this. Why did he switch out? I guess you can switch out the Lottie. The Corv is useless at this point. Okay, so he goes to the Moonblast, gets a special attack drop. He goes to the Pex for some reason, scalds it. I mean, yeah. What is Feeny supposed to do? All right, Baby keeps switching. Ocular stays in, keeps Moonblasting. He goes for the taunt.
Taunt? Oh yeah, if it's taunt, it might be
Defog,
PP
taunt. Okay, so we can see his set is Defog, Moonblast, Scald, taunt. This Feeny shuts down Corv and Pex from ever recovering. Okay, at least the Corviknight, but not the Pex, because the Pex just gets regenerated every time.
If now that Mr. Terrain has ended, I think that there might be a way to break through if you can get a Skull Burn on top of Feeny, because
yeah,
all you need to win is Latios, and
this
give
seems
me
like
that. I think that on that turn you had to go for the Scald Burn with Pex. Like fishing with Scald Burn was your way out of the situation.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna pause this anymore. I just want to see how this plays out. Okay, so he keeps taunting the Corv, which is good, but he always switches back and he scalds the Pex, and he gets the burn on Pex, so that's good.
Yeah, but you have to Scald if you're agency here.
You have to get the Skull Burn on Feeny too, which he does.
Okay. So now this Feeny will never like be at full anymore. So every Scald from here on out, every Brave Bird, every bit of ship will be permanent. Until it's finally into Latios range, where it wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do not.
He gets the burn on Corv. I don't know if. I mean, again, Corv is useless, right? He just needs to maximize chip. Baby needs to go for Brave Birds here, right? Otherwise, like, what are you doing with your
need to go for Brave Birds.
But like, Oculars keeps scalding here, and it's like Corviknight's gone, so that's one mon that you can't get chip with anymore.
I think this does come down to Latios and how it does. So
if I'm okay. Oh, he got the Spidef drop there too.
If this guy's the Moonblast,
yeah. It's
yeah, this is over.
Wow.
Comes down to it.
I feel like Oculars did get a bit lucky in this end game, but
yeah, with the
this entire game was a bit lucky between like the Heatran crit and whatnot, but it's still a very good, well played game from both sides, and Agency did adapt to the hacks, and we also saw Oculars like make the most of the luck he got, which I think is a really fun thing and to see in a player, and to me that shows like skill.
No,
because if
think,
you get
it wasn't just that. I don't feel that it was just the luck. I think Baby
it was not just luck.
Mishandled the end game. I think Baby mishandled the end game.
Yeah, he did definitely choke, but Oculars also Oculars was given an opportunity and he took it, and that's, in my opinion at least, a sign of a good player.
Yeah, that
because you need to be able to spot the opportunities and take them to win.
Exactly, yeah, and it's you know,
overall a really good series.
Wow, that was awesome, and we had our special guest Oculars in here with us too.
That's insane. That's a fucking Shutter Island tier plot twist. We had to do it here all the time.
We had him here the whole time. Yeah, no.
He was hearing himself get roasted in lifetime. That's insane.
Roasted. Andrew, you're number 3 now. I'm number 2. Molly's still number 1.
Number 1 at the end of the tour, more likely than you think.
Molly Miltos, Oculars is coming for you, bro. But yeah, man, that was
Molly.
Bro, like, why were you not roost on the Zardex? I thought you were really about to take it with the Zardex there, cause like I remember like Baby he was texting me, he was just like, yo, like I fucked up, man. I knew like once I knew that you ended up winning, I was like, I really thought you clutched it with the Zardex at the end. And after the Zardex went down, I was just like, how the fuck did Oculus pull this shit off in the end game? You made the best of an opportunity that Baby didn't have to give you, and for that reason you're here in this call, you know, doing the commentary with us. Agency X, the baby, aka Agency X, the bozo. Rest in piss, bro. No, I'm playing. We love Agency X,
Rest
the
in
baby.
peace, bozo.
Shout out Agency to Baby. Always repping the agency. Like,
Yo,
that's the homie. Always got the good web schemes.
Alright, so just looking back, I'm gonna pull up. I don't have a tab open for that, but it looks like, so me and Ak, we ended up winning our games today. So according to the playoff bracket, I'm gonna play the winner of Chris versus Noel, and Oculars is gonna play the winner of Light Skin versus KDCA. So that'd be a cool matchup to look forward to next. But we
Who
still
did you
got
say
to
Chris
finish
was
up.
playing?
Chris is playing Noel. You know Noel?
Oh, okay, that's gonna be heat.
That's gonna be fire. That's gonna
Yeah,
be good.
that's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna
Okay,
be a good
yeah, I'm
series,
really
so-
hyped for all of the remaining games.
Yeah, for sure, bro. I'll make sure I'll hit you up so we can record these.
Yeah, for sure. Ping me with
We're
that
speed
shit.
running this shit. We're not
Speed
including
running.
the winner. We're not
2
including the winner.
hours,
Oculars
live.
made a special guest appearance, bro, but that's because
Bro
It's a
talked
special-
too much.
exactly. And no, but you
This is
also
the
make
Kata Boomer show from now on.
no. But you gotta make a special guest appearance when you pack up Agency X the baby like that. So appreciate you, Oculars, for pulling up. I know it's late where you're at. It's definitely late where I'm at. Panu, bro, this man never sleeps. It's like 7 a.m. or
It's
some shit like that.
8:30.
Okay, that's crazy. That's crazy. But you know what? Thanks everybody for tuning in. Shit, this vid's gonna be like an hour and like 40 minutes. But whatever, it was a GOAT series. Hope you
GOAT
guys
series.
enjoyed. Make sure
GOAT
comment, like,
players.
subscribe, send these videos to your homies, and we'll catch you at the next recording. Peace.
See ya.
Peace.